Hello and welcome to Oba Digital Academy. Welcome to our 3-month certification training course in data analytics. My name is Moses Cole. I'm a lecturer in the Department of Statistics, Federal University, Dusima, Katsina State. In this 3-month training, we are going to consider the following courses. We have the following list of courses. We have data analysis in Excel, data analysis using SQL, data analysis using Python, data analysis using R and SPSS, data visualization in Python, Power BI and Tableau, and then machine learning with scikit-learn, PyTorch and TensorFlow. So these are courses that we'll be considering. Number 7, machine learning is optional. It's like an elective course for those that may want to further into data science. Data analysis is a subset of data science. We are going to look at that as we continue with this video. So I introduce myself. I am the author of the book Teach Yourself Data Science from Beginner to Expert. This book, Teach Yourself Data Analytics from Beginner to Expert. I am the author of the book. The book has 337 pages. As you can see on top here, it's 337 pages here, and it has about 12 chapters. These are the contents. This is a table of contents. Chapter 1, Introduction to Data Science and Analytics. Chapter 2, Python for Data Science and Analytics. So we have the book here. We'll be considering the book to be used as a resource material for the training. Some people have already purchased the book. For those that have not gotten their own copy, you may do well to get your own copy. The book is only 2,000 naira. So we'll be using the book, though it does not contain all that we'll be treating. Like Power BI and Tableau is not treated in the book, but we have other materials that will be made available during the training. So now, that is for purpose of introducing the book for you. We are going to look at it as we continue. So going back to our presentation here, so the courses are listed there. Each of the courses, we have the course outline. So for Excel, this is a course outline for Excel. We have the first thing, we have the overview of data analytics and the importance in business and decision making. Then we'll look at types of data analytics. We'll look at the introduction to Excel, basic features of Excel interface. Then we consider Excel functions, how to create pivot tables and pivot charts. And then how to create dashboard in Excel. After that, we'll look at MySQL, data analysis using SQL. We'll look at relational databases, database management systems, creating tables in MySQL, SQL data types, SQL queries, how to create data warehouse. Then in data analysis using Python, we have the outline, setting up Python environment. We'll be using an Anaconda distribution to install Python and with all necessary libraries that we need. Look at the Python library like Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn. Then we look at basic Python syntax, data wrangling, that is data cleaning. or data pre-processing. We look at data manipulation with pandas. We do mathematics and statistical analysis using Python libraries. Then we look at R. In R, we consider the following. We look at all this in R. Then we also look at SPSS. These are the contents. Look at data visualization in Python. Look at Power BI and Tableau. So we treat all of this. Now, introduction to data science and analytics. What is data science and what is data analytics? Data science is an interdisciplinary field that utilizes scientific algorithms, methods, processes, and systems to extract knowledge and insight from structured and unstructured data. What do we mean by structured and unstructured data? First of all, what is data? Data are raw information. Data are information in their raw state or their raw facts. For example, the number of people that visit your online store every day, they are raw information from your website. The number of people that visit your hotel, if you are operating a business like a hotel, the number of people that book your hotel rooms every day, these are information that you get. Those that visit, how many are male, how many are female, what is their age category, how many are from the ages of 18 to 25, from 26 to. So all these are raw information, they are raw facts. You can also get data in pictorial forms. How many pictures are being uploaded on the internet every day? How many videos? How many people visit YouTube to watch video? These are information. How many people visit Amazon? How many people visit Facebook? How many people visit TikTok? And all of this, all these are information. All these generate data. So data science, so all these data are structured. Some are structured data, some are not structured, like all those images, videos, they are unstructured data. So data science uses different methods, algorithms, and processes to extract knowledge and insight from those data. It combines principles from statistics, computer science, information theory, and domain expertise to solve complex problems and make data-driven decisions. What do we mean by domain expertise? Domain expertise here means if we're applying data science to extract meaning from data, the data that you are extracting meaning from, where is it coming from? Is it from the head? Is it from business? Is it from education? Is it from research? All of that. That is what we mean by domain expertise. You have to have an understanding of the area that you are making the analysis. Is it in the physical sciences, in the social sciences? That is what we mean by domain expertise. Now, what is data analytics? Data analytics is now a subfield of data science. It is a branch of data science that involves examining raw data to draw conclusions. It uses various techniques and processes to uncover patterns, trends, and insights. For example, now what is the trend? What people are patronizing more? What is the people reaction on a certain certain topic or certain news? So these are trends. So data science, the data analysis examine all this. Data analytics enables businesses and organizations to make data-driven decisions that improve efficiency and optimize strategies. If you are a business manager, a business executive, or you are a government official, or in what capacity you are leading, your decision should be data driven. What does it mean? It means that before you make a decision, you should be able to have data at hand. Your decision should be based on the available facts, not just making decision based on emotions or feelings. Your decision should be data based, so that you'll be able to make and optimize decisions. So we have types of analytics. What type of analysis can you do with data? We have the first type of analysis called descriptive analytics. In descriptive analytics, you make analysis by describing the data structure, the distribution of the data, the parameters of the data, or the statistics. If you have gotten the data from, if it is a sample data, you measure the statistics of that data. So in descriptive analytics, just like in descriptive writing or descriptive essay, where you write a situation and describe how it happened. So that is how it is in descriptive analytics. In descriptive analytics, you do not make judgment, you do not make inference, you only describe the data. What are those things that you describe about the data? We have measures of dispersions, we have measures of central tendency. You describe the data, what is the highest value in the data, that is the range. You take the range, taking the highest value minus the lowest value. You consider things like the mean of the data. If, for example, you are looking at people that visit your website, what is the mean age? That is a description. What is the maximum age of people that come? What is the lowest age? What age comes most often? That is the mode. You look at things like the median, then other measures like standard deviation, how the values deviate from the mean, and all of that. So these are descriptions. So in data analysis, you will be able to do all this using any of the available tools that we'll be looking at, such as Excel, Python, and the host of them. So that is descriptive analytics. So the next one is diagnostic analytics. In diagnostic analysis, you try to detect a particular situation. You detect what is responsible for a particular action. For example, if your business is making good sales, you are booming, there's high patronage to your products, but along the line there's a decline in sales. You started observing low patronage. So diagnostic analysis will dictate what is responsible for that decline in the patronage of your product. The diagnostic analysis also detects things like fraud. We have what is called fraud detection, like in the banking system, or in financial institutions, where you try to detect when a fraud occur and how did it occur. So those are diagnostic analysis. Just like in the hospital situation or in the healthcare system, where when one is not feeling good, goes to the hospital, you see the doctor diagnoses what is responsible for your illness. So that is how diagnostic analytics work. We'll be looking at those things as we proceed. We are only outlining and explaining to you now that these are the type of analysis that you'll be running as a data analyst. Another type is called prescriptive analytics. In prescriptive analytics, after you have diagnosed a problem or you have diagnosed what is responsible for certain action, you now prescribe a solution to it, or it may it's not all it may not be necessarily a problem, but it may dictate a good trend. For example, a company that was not selling well all of a sudden started making good sales, so you'll be able to dictate what is responsible for that increase, for that boom in the in sales. So now, in prescriptive analytics, you now prescribe a solution to it. Or if it is not a bad thing, you prescribe what should be done in order to keep that trend. If your online store was having low visitors, but all of a sudden people start visiting your website every day, you see people trooping to your website, buying products, making reviews, all of that. So you, after you diagnose what is responsible for that, you now prescribe what should be done in order to maintain the tempo or to even boost it. Then we have predictive analytics. In predictive analytics, you now make a prediction, you now make a forecast of what had happened, of what will happen in the future. That is where you have things like weather forecast. You will be able to make a forecast of the weather using historical data, using the data at hand. You make prediction of sales using the previous sales, like you make prediction of the sales in the next coming year, or you predict things like football outcome, like the forthcoming World Cup. You can make a predictive analysis of who will win the World Cup, how many people will watch the matches live, or what will be the number of yellow card given, and all of this. These are predictive analytics. You use predictive models like linear regression, logistic regression, and many other machine learning models that will be able to predict future outcome. So that is types of analytics we have. So there's something we also want to look at now. Let me come to the book that I introduced to you from chapter 1, from the introduction. There's something we call types of data or types of variables. I want us to look at it. And even before that, let's go to here in this chapter. We look at the skill required in becoming a data analyst. We want to look at skills. What skills do you need, or what skills are required of you to becoming a data analyst or a data scientist? You have to know some statistics, you know a little of programming like Python that we are going to treat, and SQL and R. We are going to treat all of that here. And then you know some machine learning. If you want to do more of data science, you do some data visualization. You need data visualization skills like Power BI, Tableau, Matplotlib, and Seaborn. Then you have domain expertise, which I mentioned earlier. You need some domain expertise. Then how to solve problems and good communication skills. So those are the things you need to become a data analyst or data scientist. And what are the applications? The applications are everywhere. You can apply in HITS, in finance, in manufacturing industry, in telecommunications, and all of that. So I will come to that. I'm going to look at where to work as a data analyst. What I want us to look at now, this is where I want us to look at types of data, or variable. A variable in data science, statistics, and computer science is a fundamental concept that refers to a symbol or name that represents a value. For example, now, if you say name, name is now a variable that represents, for example, you can put, under name, you will put Moses. So name is a variable. And what value does it represent in this case? It represents Moses. Or it could represent Oyima or Basi, as you may have it. So a variable is an important concept in data analytics. We have types of variable. Variable can be categorized into several ways depending on the context. So the first context that you can categorize variable is based on the nature of data. And based on this categorization, we have two types of categories of variables. We have what is called categorical variables or qualitative variables. And then we also have quantitative variable or numerical variable. So under qualitative variable, these are variables that do not take numerical values, and qualitative variable or categorical variables are also sub-classified into two. We have ordinal variables and nominal variables. We have nominal variables and ordinal variables. So nominal variables are these are variables that represent categories without any inherent order or ranking. These categories are mutually exclusive and do not have logical sequence. What does that mean? For example, now if we are classifying students, if you go to a situation where you have large number of students in the school and they are classified into JS1A, JS1B, JS1C, JS1D, there is no particular sequence in putting them into those classes. It may be on first come first serve or random sampling. You just sample them randomly and place them in any of the classes. So any student can be in any class and they can be interchanged. So there is no particular order. That is a type of variable that we call nominal variable. It does not obey any particular order. But in ordinal variable, ordinal from the way ordered here, ordinal variable here, ordinal variables represent categories that has meaningful order or ranking. For example, now according to academic ranking, you can have somebody with secondary school education, somebody with first degree, somebody with master's, somebody with PhD. These are ranks that you cannot just move somebody from one rank to another without following a particular order. Somebody cannot be moved from secondary level to a PhD without passing the particular order they're supposed to follow. So these are ordinal category. Or you have things like grading system. Somebody that graduated with first class, another person with second class upper, another one with second class lower, third class, and so on and so forth. These are ordinal variables. So when you have variables, when you have data about this type of variables, so you know which one is ordinal and which one is nominal. And all these, both nominal and ordinal, they are categorical variables where you put people into categories, like tribe is from social tribe, or is a male or is a female, or is a yes or a no, is a true or a false. These are type of variables that we're talking about here. So the next type of variable is called quantitative variable or numerical variable. These are variables that can be measured, that can be expressed numerically. For example, now you want to measure the height of student you have in your class, or the weight of newborn babies born in a particular hospital, or the blood pressure of the elderly people in the community. These are quantitative variables. These are variables that can be represented with numerical values. And under this, Under quantitative variable here, we have two types again. We have categorical, pardon me. Under quantitative variable, we have continuous variables and discrete variables. Look at discrete variable. A discrete data consists of distinct separate values that can be counted. Data that can take values in count, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. For example, now, if we are producing products like water, like bottled water, you cannot produce 5.5 bottles. You cannot produce 10.5 bottles of water. It's either you produce 20 bottles, either you produce 15, you have 11. Because if you produce the half, will be a waste. The same thing, you cannot have 100 and half students. It's either you have 100 students or have 101, 1 and 2. These are variables that are in discrete form. Then we have continuous variable. In continuous variable are variables that can take any value within a particular range. For example, now talking about weight, someone can weigh 50 kg, another one will weigh 50.01 kg, another one will weigh 50.011, and so between 50 and 51 you can have millions or billions of values. So these are continuous variable. They do not require you jumping. So if you draw a graph of a continuous variable, it's going to be continuously, there will be no jump. But in discrete variable, like when you draw bar charts from so value, it will jump to so value. There are counts. So those are the type of variable we have based on the nature of data. So based on the nature of data, we have two types of variables: quantitative variables and qualitative variables. And each of these are subclassified into two. Under qualitative, you have ordinal and nominal. Under quantitative, you have discrete and continuous. So we have other various data types, which I will not look at them now. By the time we look at them are in the book here. Those that have the book, you can go through here. We are on page 23 of the book. Those that have not gotten the book, you can do where to get a copy. So now, going back to our presentation here, we want to look at where can I work as a data analyst. If I become a data analyst, which type of work can I do? There are a lot of work you can do as a data analyst. You can work in corporate and business organizations. You can work with e-commerce like Amazon, like Shopify, like eBay, like Jumia, like Konga, and many of those e-commerce online stores where you will be able to analyze customer behavior, you analyze sales trends, you analyze marketing performance. Because nobody wants to be left out. If you are running an online business and you are not analyzing how the business is going, you are not analyzing the business trend, you'll be left behind. You have to know, you have to analyze to know how to channel your adverts, what each categories. And like as I mentioned the types of analysis before, maybe you were making sales, but you now have a competitor that is competing with you and you started having drop. There's a drop in your sales. You have to make analysis, you have to analyze everything so that you know the course of action to take, which involves both diagnostic and prescriptive analytics. So you can also work in the marketing and advertising firms. You'll be able to evaluate campaign and performance and customer segmentation. You can also work with financial institutions like investment firms, like banks, like insurance company. In bank, you run analysis like credit risk fraud detection, which is part of diagnostic analysis, financial forecasting, which is predictive analytics. You can, in insurance company, you run risk assessment and policy optimization. You can work in the healthcare, you work in the hospitals or clinics, analyzing patients' data to improve care and operational efficiency. You can run analysis to determine which patient is likely to be readmitted after he has been treated. You analyze, you do a lot of analysis. You run things like database management systems for hospitals to manage patients and their staff. You run database management systems to help keep records of all the employees in a bank or in an institution. So those analysis, we'll be looking at them as we go on. So there are a lot of opportunities for you as a data analyst. You can work with pharmaceutical companies, assisting in drug trials and market analysis. You can work with health and startups. So those are various aspects of the healthcare sector. In the healthcare sector, you can work in any of these, either in the hospital or in a pharmaceutical company or in a health tech startup, helping them to build predictive models for health outcomes. You can work with technology and IT companies like software companies. You monitor the app usage and performance like Google, Microsoft, Facebook, and so on. Like this training now, we'll be using Google Meet as our means of communicating for this training. So Google now is an app. Google provide many apps like the Google Meet that we'll be using, like Gmail, like the search engine and all of this. So they, from time to time, and they are not the only one. There are alternatives. There are what do we call them? There are competitors. So they need to be analyzing their data. How well are they performing, and what can be done to do better? So if you are running a business and you are not making analysis of your business, you'll be left behind. So that is why companies and organizations all over, they are looking for data analysis, because it's not everybody that will wake up and begin to analyze. You must have some skills that will enable you to run those analysis. You can work with startups and work as a tech consultant, offering data-driven solutions to clients. You can work with government and public sector in making decisions on things like public health, transportation, and education. You can work in the Bureau of Statistics. You can work with National Census Commission. You can work with the Electoral Commission and many other sectors of government where you will be as the analyst that will help in analyzing, collecting, and interpretation of data. You can also work in the defense and security. You can work with non-profit organizations and NGOs. NGOs are looking for data analysts everywhere. If I can open my LinkedIn now, I will show you a lot of jobs openings looking for data analysts. I will send a video later on. I will not open that now, but I will send a video later on that will show you a lot of jobs opportunity for a non-government organization, NGOs, and all of that. So we can also work as a freelancer, and you do consultancy services. Who is a freelancer? A freelancer is one who works independently. You do not work for a particular organization or company. You work on your own. You are the boss of your own. You go out. There are freelancing platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, Truelancer, etc., where you sign up as a freelancer. Then you look for contractors. You get job. They give you job based on agreement. Maybe you get a job you will deliver in 2 weeks, or in 1 month, or in 3 days, and so on and so forth. You agree on the terms. When you finish, you deliver the work, they pay you. That is freelancing job, and a lot of people are making millions of money on those things. Is you stay in your own room, you don't need to go anywhere, just stay in your room and be doing your work. And not just freelancing work, even working with organizations. There is what is called remote jobs. You can stay here in Nigeria and be working for a company in the US or in Canada or in Germany. Because as a data analyst, what you need the most is the internet connection, your laptop, and so on. So you can stay anywhere and be doing the analysis. Just have the connection with the necessary APIs that you need to send your report, and so on and so forth. So you can stay anywhere in the world and run your data analysis jobs. So now let us look at introduction to Excel. We have talked a lot. We have discussed the introduction to data science, the opportunities in data science, where you can work, and so on and so forth. So we want to look at the introduction to the Excel. What can we do in Excel, and what is Excel? So Excel is a powerful tool in the hand of a data analyst. It is a tool managed by Microsoft. So now let me open my Excel. This is Excel. This is Excel for you. So when you open Excel like this, it asks you to open a blank workbook. So let's open a blank workbook and see what we can do with it. So what we have opened here now is a book. Look on top here is titled Book 1. So inside the book, you have worksheets. Here now this is sheet 1. You can add more by clicking the plus button here. You click here, you add another sheet. It is called sheet 2. You click here, you have sheet 3 and so on. So those sheets, inside those sheets, you do your work. For example, now here now inside sheet 1 here, you can begin to type or enter your data values. So you enter data into those boxes or cells. This is a box, this is a cell here. So inside the box here, you can type your values. And what is a cell? A cell, when I talk about cell here, I'm talking about CELL, like when you are in police cell. So a cell is an intersection of a column and a row. A column is a vertical line like this. These are columns which are labeled with letters of the alphabet. And then rows are the horizontal line, going horizontal from left to right, or you can even come from right to left. But you usually start from left to right. So these are rows. The rows are labeled with numbers from number 1 to infinity. So where you have here now, if you click here, this is say A1. Look at it on top here written A1. If you click here, you have B1. It means that you are at column B, row 1. If you click here, you have A3. You are at column A, row 3. If you click in the middle somewhere here, you have I12. If you click here, you have J12. You are at column J, row 12. So inside those rows, inside those cells, you type your data value. Supposing you have a data on students course. So here now, you can use one of the rows as your heading. So here in row 1 here, you type, in say A1, you type first CA. First CA. In row 2, you have second CA. In the second one, you have exam scores. And then the next one, you have total. So you type those values like that. That is how you can type in the. So here now, this is under this column. To move from one cell to the other in the column, you just enter. If you press enter, you take it to the next column like that. If you want to go back, you press the arrow up key. So maybe in the first year here now, this student has 19, another one has 15, this one has 20, this one has 12, this one has 10, this one has 9, this one has 4, this one has 16, and so on and so forth. So you also type in the second cell. Let me just copy this one because of time. I don't want to be tapping because we are just, it's for demonstration purpose. So you enter the values for the first CA, you enter for second CA, and then you enter for exam. Maybe in the exam this one has 40, this one has 56, this one has 39, this one has 29, this one has 48, you have 40, you have 30, you have 45, you have 54, and then you have 50. So that is how you type values into your system. These are data we have. You can have it from another source and copy it and paste it. So in the total now, you can now do what is called auto sum. But before I go to that, I want to explain some basic things. First of all, I've explained what is a workbook. I explained a worksheet, and I explained a cell, how you can type data in your cells, how to move from one cell to the other. There's something is called ribbon. Where I'm pointing at here, this is a ribbon in a cell. A ribbon is all these space on top here, where you have the home tab, the insert, page layout, formula, and all of this. You have a lot of things that you can do here on top of the ribbon. So we have formula where you use to do computation. We have something auto sum, and it's that auto sum that I want us to look at now. So now we enter the values here. We have first CA, second CA, and exam score. So the total score is going to be first CA plus second CA plus the exam scores. So to do that, if you come here now, you type equals to. You type equals to here, and then go to auto sum. Look at the auto sum here. You just click on it. If you click on auto sum, let me click on formula. Look at auto sum. You click on it. What is happening here? If that, I will show you about auto sum later. Let me show you a way we can do this. You click equals to here. So you come here and click on this cell here plus this one plus this one, and then you do enter. Then it gives you the total scores. So the total score this student score is the sum of the first year, second year, and the exam score, and he got 78. So the second one now, after doing this, you don't need to come and do the same for the second one. And if you're supposing you have large number of students, you cannot be computing their total scores one by one. You do what is called auto fill. To do auto fill, if you click on this first value that you added, you calculated here, look at this plus sign here. You hold it and drag it down to where the data stop, and automatically all the total score will be computed. Here now you have 30 plus 15 plus 15 plus 56, and gives you 86. So that is how you do auto sum. Why it works is that there's a particular way that you enter the value here. We say that the value here should be this value plus this value plus this one. So Excel now has already understood that pattern, that the next value here also is going to be this plus this plus this, and they give you. So when you run auto sum, it now automatically add all the three values and then give you the total exam scores. You may want to have, supposing that these values now, they are not CA values, they are like cells, number of cells that you made in a week or in a month. So you want to add a total sum, the sum of all the cells. So to do that, you come under here and you click equals to, and then type sum, and sum will come. So when it open a bracket for you, you come here and select all the values in that row, in this column. You select it like this, close the brackets and hit enter. Then you see the total here. You can do it using auto sum, which I was saying. You come here, you click on auto sum here. I don't know why this thing is. You click on auto sum, you can see it. When you click, if you are here and you click auto sum, automatically it will select the whole of the data values here, and then you hit enter. Then it gives you the total scores. You come here, you do the same thing, you do equals to. Why you are putting equals to is that you are telling yourself that the value that should be here is equals to, or in this C12 is equals to. That is why you put equals. If you do not put equals to, it will not give you the correct thing, it will give you error. So if you click equals to here and then come to home tab and click on auto sum, you come to home, click on auto sum, it will select the whole of the data here. You do enter and it gives you the same thing. You can do it column wise also. It must not be, you can do it row wise. This one is column wise that we have done. You can, like, let me remove this total scores that we have here. To know this score, you necessarily must not do this plus this plus. You can do auto sum also to find the total scores here. So you click equals to here, go to home, click on coming, click on auto sum, and now when you are here now, because when you click auto sum here now, see automatically select all these three scores here, and if we hit enter, it now gives you and then you run auto V. You don't need to be doing it one by one. You just select here, drag down to where your data stop, and drop it. Automatically it will generate the whole of the total scores, and generate the total with this one. So that is how you can play along with that. So before we, and there's something so special in Excel that I want to quickly show you how to create a dashboard in Excel dashboard. So there's a particular data. Let me open it. This is the data set. Let's copy this data. Go and paste it. Do Control A to select the whole of the data. Then Control C to copy it. And then go to this workbook that we created here. Come to Sheet 2 here and paste this data. To Control V. Yes, we paste the data here. So this data is the data on sales. It says data a company, it's the data from a particular company on their sales. The company has their products in various regions of the world, various countries. They have the items, these are the item types, these are the sales rep, those that are making sales for the company. These are the channel they're selling online and offline. So that is what we have here, sales channel. We have order priority. When a customer make an order, is it a low priority order, or is it high priority, is it medium, and so on. Then we have order date, we have ship date, the date that they made the order and the date that they ship the product to the person that ordered for it. Then we have units sold, unit price, unit cost, total revenue, total cost, total profit, and so on. So when you have a data like this, your work as a data analyst is to make insight out of data. But when you just look at this data now, what insight can you get from it? What can you tell the company about the data? The data is about, it has 16 columns, 16 row columns, and about 10,000 data values. Look at it here. This is where the last value is, 10,001. It's 10,001 because the first row contains the headings of the columns. So the data is about 10,000 data values. So what can you easily see about the data? You have to run some analysis. So to run the first analysis you can do here is to create a pivot table. To create a pivot table, a pivot table gives you a summary of your data. So to create a pivot table using this data, just click anywhere in the data and go to insert. Go to insert and then click on pivot table. When you click on pivot table, automatically Excel will select the whole of the data. See, look at this. This is where it is showing table range. It select from say E1, from say 1 to 1000, 10,001. I select the whole of the data. So it's asking you whether you open it in a new sheet or in an existing sheet. Existing sheet is where we are here, but it is good to open a new sheet so that we can easily see. So we click OK and it will open. So this is the new sheet. This is a table. This is what the table will show. Look at it, it's showing pivot table 1. But we have not created a table yet. To create a table, it says to build a report, choose feed from the pivot table feed list. So this is the feed list here. This is where you choose the the values that you want to create in the table. So here now we want to look at, these are the columns we have in the data. Look at it. We have country, item type, sales rep, sales channel. So we want, first of all, want to know in each of the regions what is the total revenue generated. So when you click on regions, it automatically it brings other rows here and look at them. Look at the regions. When you now what we want to do in those regions, what is the total revenue generated by this company. So where is total revenue? Scroll here. See, this is total revenue. You now click on total revenue and drag it and bring it under values. So we can see now we have, this is the total revenue generated in all the regions. In Asia, this is the total revenue. In Europe, this is the total revenue. So this is what is called a pivot table, which gives you a summary, because the data that you are just looking at it like this, look at the way the data is, but now you are able to see that in that data that you have in Asia, this is the total revenue that was generated. In Europe, this is the total revenue that generated. You can change this where they are writing row revenue and put it and rename it as country rather as a region. So that is pivot table for you. You can now create what is called a pivot chart using this pivot table. To do that, you click on any value in the data anywhere in the table and go to insert and look at recommended charts. You now look at this chart, look at bar chart, look at line chart, look at pie charts and all of that. So let's create a bar chart. You click on bar chart here, select this type, and it gives you a bar chart. That is these are the regions, these are the revenue generated across the regions. So you can now customize this chart. So to customize this chart, first of all, we come here, look at this field here. This legend here is not necessary, so you can remove it. You right click on it and delete it. You see the chart has expanded. This one here too is not necessary needed. You right click on it and come to hide all feed button here, click on this and that will be hidden. You come to the top here and give the title of the chart. This is total revenue. Total revenue by countries. You can change the font color of the title to a color like this. Change the font type with something like this. You can expand the chart to look bigger. You drag it, you can expand it up as well. So the axis here, look at this axis is showing the revenue. First of all, let's add axis title. Come to this plus button here, click on it, and then you have, this is axis title. Click on axis title. So we title the axis here. The axis here is revenue. So you type revenue here. If you come to this side, the axis here is this axis here is the countries or region. This is region. So but this revenue axis, these values, they are not comprehensive enough. They are not looking good enough for a layperson to understand this value. So you can customize this. You right click on it, come to format axis, click on format axis here, then come down to number, click on this number, Click further. It is on general. Change it from general to custom. Click here, look at custom. This last one, click on custom, and you can see that the value, those value have changed. Instead of having something 2 powers, you have 4.4 billion, 4.35 billion. How did this 4.0 billion come about? It has been customized. Let me show you how it is customized. If you come back, if you come to the format as is where we went to numbers, it's because I've already done it before. That is what automatically gives me. If you are doing it for the first time, you will have to customize it. Under this custom, we have, look at it, we have type. The type we are using is 0.00, and then we put 3 commas and then put a B in quote. It's telling you that the values are going to be in 2 decimal places, and these 3 commas here indicating that the values that they are in billions. If you put 3 commas, because billion has 9 zeros, and you have 000 comma 000 comma, like that. That is the meaning of these 3 commas here. If it is in millions, you will put 2 commas, and so on. So the B in quotes is denoting billion. If it is in million, you put M, and so on. So that is, if you don't want to have, if you want it to be in 1 decimal place, you will change the format here. You will change the format to something. You change the, if you want it to be in 1 decimal place, you remove 1 of the 0 and then add. Then you can see that it's now just 1 decimal place. But let's go with the 2 decimal place, the one with 2 decimal places. Let's go with this one. So now we have a beautiful looking axis. We can do more than what we have done so far. We can change the background of the whole of the chart. This is a default white background, so we can change it to a customized white background. You click somewhere, you come here, look at this fill color here. You click here and then change the background of the chart. You see, you can change it to black, you can change it to something like this, or to a blue background, but something like this, or green, any type of color that you want, you can change the chart to. For now, let me go with this. We can change the color of the axis. You can change the axis color, change to this. You don't need to right click, I just, here you come to this color here and change the axis. Let's use something like green. You come here, you click and also change it to green. You can increase the font size, or you can make it bold. Click on B to bolden it so that you can see it clearly. If you don't want the lines, these grid lines here, you can remove them. I will show that one in the next chart. So that is the chart that we have created. Total revenue by country. You can move this thing a little inside. It's too, yes, like this. We can create another one. Let's go back to the data. The data is here. Click anywhere in the data, go to insert, click on go to insert, click on pivot table, click OK. Now we want to create based on country. We want to create a pivot table based on country. So select country. These are the various countries we have, and then now under countries, now we select total revenue. Total revenue generated across the countries. This total revenue here. You drag it and bring it under values. You can also show the total revenue and the total cost. The total cost. Let's move the total cost also and put. So this is the total revenue generated. This is the total cost. You can also even add the total profit. After the total revenue is generated, you have total cost and then total profit. Change this label heading to country. This is country. This is sum of total revenue, sum of total cost, and the sum of total profit in each of the countries. Total in each countries. So you now have a pivot table like this. So in Argentina, this is the total revenue generated, this is the total cost, and then this is the profit. The total profit is the total cost, the total revenue minus the total cost. So we can create a pivot chart with this. Go click anywhere in the table, go to insert, go to recommended chart. So let's create a line chart with this. Select line chart like this, or select this type, or this type, or this type. I think let's go with this type of line chart. Bring the chart somewhere you can easily see here. Expand the chart. So the blue line is standing for the sum of total revenue, sum of total cost, and this one stands for sum of total profit. So we format the chart. You can remove this so that the chart area will be much better. We format the axis by using custom format. Come to numbers and then select custom. Change from general to custom, and then we have it. Let's hide this one. Hide this. Hide all fit buttons. Add chart title. The chart title here. Call it total revenue slash cost slash profit per countries per country. So this is a chart, this is title, you can change the color of the title to a custom color. Let's see the same color like this. Change this to black. Let's change this one. Let this one not be the same color. Let's use green still with the axis. Use green here. this grid lines, these lines that are showing here, if you don't like them, you come to you click on this plus button here, come to grid lines. Look at grid lines here and uncheck it, remove, so that there will be no lines. But if you want it, you put it back. You can change excuse me, you can change the background. Click somewhere here, come to this place and select the chart background. Let's go with black. Black is looking good as a background, so you can clearly see this. So this is a total revenue generated. This one is the sum of total profits and so on. Let's go to the data and create another chart. Now go to insert, pivot table, click OK. Now we want to know the item, the total revenue generated per item. Click on item types and then come to revenue, total revenue. Move total revenue to values here. So these are the total. This is the total revenue per each of the item. On baby food, this is the total revenue generated by beverages, cereals, clothing, and so on. So we create another chart with it. Go to insert, come to recommended chart here and select let's add another feed here too. Come here, select total revenue and total cost. Select total cost and bring it here. So this is total revenue, this is total cost. So we now create a chart. Let's create a combo chart. Look at this chart here, click on it. And let's select this one or this. Let's go with this one. So this is the total revenue. Or instead, we may not want to. Let me remove this chart. Let's create another chart. Let's create a bar chart. Go to insert. Come here and click bar chart. Let's select it like this. So the orange color is the total cost, while the blue color is the total revenue. Let's remove this thing, hide this one, change this to custom, add the chart title. Click on the plus button and add chart title. The chart title here is total revenue, and total cost per items. Let's format this. Go to insert, so go to home, change the color to this color, change the font type to this, change the background, you can go with a uniform background, you can go with same background throughout, or you may use multiple color if you want to, but for this purpose, for demonstration purpose, I will use different colors here. I change this one to black, and this one to black. So now you can create many charts that this is on revenue, you can do on sales rep. Let me do on sales rep. So we could go back to the data again, click on insert pivot table, click OK here. So let's select sales rep. We want to know the total revenue by each of the sales. These are the sales reps here. So now I want to click on total revenue, bring it here. I want to know the total revenue generated by each of the sales reps. So to create a chart, let's create a pie chart. Select a pie chart here and click on this 3D chart. So this is a pie chart, or if you don't want this chart, let's create another one. Let's create another line chart. No. That's great. Create another bar chart. Let's go back to the chart, create another table on order priority. Let's do order priority. And then total revenue. So here we now create a pie chart with this. Yes, this is a pie chart. We have order priority. We can leave this so that you can easily see what it is standing for. Let this one be on top here. Let's not remove it. Let's remove this one. Let's change the title to total revenue. Total revenue by what? By channel. No, by order priority. So this, let's change the background. Maybe black could be okay, and we can let each of the value of the sectors be represented here. So we come here and click on data labels. Click on this. See the values represented by each of them is shown. Let's change the color of that to something like maybe white, and position it way into the center. You can change the color of the sector. So if you don't like this color, you click on it, come here and change the color to another color. I click on the whole of it. You don't need to change the whole of the colors at the same time. Click on this one here and change the color. If you want a green color like this, any color you want, you go with it. You can change this color to another color you want. So that is how you can play along with it. You can do many things. Let's remove this. So now that you have created all these charts, you can create many more charts depending on the data type and what you want. So we can now create we will now create a dashboard. To create a dashboard, let's come to an empty sheet here like this. This is an empty sheet. So we create our dashboard in this empty sheet. But first of all, let's remove these lines. To remove the lines, go to view and then come to grid lines here and uncheck the grid lines so that this becomes a plain sheet. And you can add a background, either a background picture or a background shape. To do that, go to insert, come to illustrations here, and if it is picture that you want to add, you click on pictures here, and it will take you to your file locations to select a picture that you want to add. I have a picture somewhere in the desktop. You can locate it. This is the folder and these are the pictures. So let me select this picture here and click insert. So the background picture is added, the background image is here. Let's expand it to cover the whole of this area. Python, drag this thing. So this is the background that we'll be creating the dashboard on top of it. So let's give a title to the dashboard that we want to create. So you go to insert and click on text. Look at text here and then select text box. Click on text box. You come here and drop the text box. Expand it and type the title of the chart. Let's call this Excel dashboard. Excel dashboard on sales. Let's change the color so that we can see it clearly. Let's change the color of the title. Let's use this. Now let's expand this further and increase this font size. First of all, so let's make it bold and change this to something like 36 here. Expand it further. So this is the title of the chart. Position it here, and then now go to the chart that we've created. You come here, you copy the chart and come to this and paste the chart here. Do Ctrl V and paste the chart and reposition it. Let's reduce it like this. Go to the next chart and copy it. And come here and paste it. Ctrl V. Bring it. Then do Ctrl Z. I didn't do what I want. Ctrl Z. Drag this thing. Take away this. Position it. You can expand this so that the chart will cover the whole of this space. Come here and pick the next chart, copy it, and paste it here. Scroll down so that you'll use the remaining space. You can expand this further. And then paste the chart. The chart is pasted on top here. Drag it down here. position it like that. Come to this one. Within, we can format it. When we press it there, we can copy it and paste, and then Ctrl V, bring it down. So let's remove this thing. Let's change the title. This is total revenue. Total revenue by what? By sales rep. By sales rep. I change the type, the color to the one we used before, to this one. Change the font to this. Change this to custom. We can leave the background like this. Let's move it to this end here. Then bring the other one, put it in the middle. Let's take this last one here. Copy and bring it. So you reposition the chart so that they will align. They will be aligned. If you would drag what you don't want to drag, you just do Ctrl Z to undo it. So this is our dashboard. So in the next class, this is an introductory class. I will stop here. We are going to continue. We have not finished. We are going to add what is called slicers to the dashboard on how we'll be able to navigate, how to search particular item that we want to search in various regions or various countries, across the sales channels, across all those things. We are going to do that. Well, this is, by the way, this is an introduction. So on the 3rd of January, we are starting the full training. So we are going to take all this afresh and we treat them. We start afresh. We create a dashboard. We add the slicers. We add the timelines. We even show how to use a map. Like all those charts, we can create a map. We'll show you all of that in the next class when we start fully. So for now, I want you to watch these videos to have a glance, to have a preview of what we'll be doing in the 3 months time. So, but before that, this training, we show to you here that we are covering these courses. We're covering all these courses in the training, all these 7 courses here. These courses, when you want to take each of them, each of the courses here is 10,000. If you want to learn data analysis using Excel only, it's 10,000 you pay. So all these 7 courses now, if you are undergoing them, you will pay 70,000 taking them individually. But we are offering all these 7 courses here as a Christmas or end of year package. All these 7 courses will be taking them for just 20,000 naira. We are giving this as a end of year package for those that will register between now and 3rd of January 2023. That is when our package will expire. After that, subsequently we revert to our normal charges of charging 10,000 per course. But for now, we are not charging 10,000 per course. We are charging 20,000 for all these courses. And you cannot claim to be a data analyst by learning only Excel. You have to learn at least all these 6 for you to be a good data analyst. Because when you get a data analyst job, you don't know the specification. They may ask you question on any of this. So you have to have knowledge of all this. Then number 7 may be optional, but it's also very important, because in this number 7 we'll be able to do modelings. We model predictive models that you can predict data. So all these 7 courses are going for only 20,000 naira. So the payment is here. First of all, I have something like this. I forgot to show you. This is a salary scale for data analyst. You have in USD is a salary scale, in Canada, in UK, in Germany, in South Africa, in Nigeria, and other places. I converted each of them to Nigeria. I did not convert them using the correct exchange rate. I just used 1,500 naira per dollar. But you know that it's more than that. So if you get a remote job in US and you are earning, they are paying you $100,000 a year, you know that you are earning 150 million naira per year. And there are jobs that are paying far more than this $100 per year. If you are a senior data analyst or senior data scientist, you can earn as much as $200,000. But as a starter, you can get around this or even less. But Supposing you are here in Nigeria and you are doing such a work and you are earning as such, you can imagine how much you are earning. You have countries like Canada, UK, Germany. Because as a remote data scientist, you don't need travel visa, you don't need residential permit. You are here, you are doing your own job for them, they are paying you, and so on. So this is the payment method. The training fee is 20,000, as I said earlier. It's a package, and you can pay to any of these accounts. You can pay to this money point account. The name is Oba Digital Academy, or you can pay to my personal account, which is Access Bank account, and this is the account number. So when you make your payment, you send your payment receipt to any of the admin on the WhatsApp group, and you will be added to the class. So between now and 3rd of January, you make your payment. And if you cannot pay the 20,000 up front, if there's any payment arrangement you have, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Chat me up and we agree on the arrangement that you have. So enjoy your holidays, enjoy the season, and I wish you all the best. I hope to see all of us on 3rd of January when we start the training in full. Thank you.